Just a week off a district win versus the Cedar Creek Eagles by a score of 66-7. The Eastview Patriots find themselves in Bastrop, Texas tonight at Memorial Stadium to face the Bastrop Bears. Good evening, everyone. I'm Michael Francis alongside Roderick and Jamie Castillo. We're glad to have y'all with us tonight. Looking forward to another district contest and hoping to see the Patriots put together back-to-back wins for the first time this season, Roderick.
Yeah, exactly, Mike. If you've been paying attention, this is going to be, hopefully, they're going to try to continue their success to have back-to-back wins, and it would be back-to-back district wins, which obviously Eastview hopes to continue tonight.
In the district standings, we find Rouse sitting atop the district standings, and what a game they had last night versus the Cedar Creek Eagles that the Patriots took care of last week, Roderick.
Yeah, Rouse is just literally looking like they're steamrolling through the district right now, pretty much taking off the heads one by one, and you're seeing Rouse putting up points. I think they're averaging at least 40-plus a game already.
It's up there. Their past three games, they've scored over 50 points. Last night, they defeated the Eagles by a score of 63-16.
And I don't know. It seems like Rouse is on their way to having a really great breakout season. I mean, their only one loss is a non-district loss. So, other than that, they're having a good season.
They have a very high-powered quarterback in Mason Shorb over at Rouse, and the Patriots will be facing the Raiders next week back at Georgetown.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that game.
Raiders having one of the most potent offenses in 5A throughout the state. I think they rank number 4 in the state in offensive production. So the district standings so far, Leander sits atop, followed by Brenham, and both of those teams are undefeated in district through this week. Brenham, of course, playing tonight. And then Georgetown, Eastview sitting in third, followed by Tom Glenn and Pflugerville Connolly. Bastrop, Cedar Creek, Bastrop, and Elgin finish out the standings. Of course, Bastrop and Elgin looking for their first wins of the season. And what a game we have for you on tap tonight. Another good thing that we have with it is that we actually, through the good graces of one of SHN's benefactors, Mr. Rob Hipp, we now have a wireless microphone to carry with us to our broadcast. So that should not be a problem for the remainder of the season. So we're excited to have that and have that for you. It just adds another dynamic to the broadcast. So what an exciting time. It's Friday night football in the great state of Texas.
Yeah, that's right, Mike. And if you're actually paying attention, tonight is also Bastrop's homecoming game. So Eastview looking to kind of play spoiler here and spoil some homecoming. You see in the Garters and the Mums in the Bears stands and everything going on.
So they're about to do the presentation of the flags and the national anthem. So we will take a moment as soon as that gets started. So, but gosh, what an offensive juggernaut the Patriots were last week, Roderick.
Yeah, it just seemed like every time that they touched the ball, they literally, found the end zone on multiple possessions in the first half, and in the second half, within the third quarter alone, they scored, I think, another 28 points.
And how about Aaron Olage on the defense and what he did to that Cedar Creek Eagle backfield all night long?
Yeah, definitely. The Statesman actually wanted to highlight him as well and recognize him because he recorded 3 sacks and 2 more tackles for loss, and making it pretty much nearly impossible for Cedar Creek to put any kind of drive together. And he lived in the backfield all night, along with the Red Storm defense. You had Isapunmu with an interception. You had Thornburg in literally the backfield all night too. He was hitting all sorts of gaps, and so Eastview, the Red Storm defense, came up real big for the.
Absolutely, you had 2 pick sixes, and one from Tyler Wagner and another one from Nelson Rivas. So the Red Storm defense doing what they do and taking care of business versus the Eagles last week. We're going to take just a moment, and we'll be right back with you after the national anthem. You're listening to Eastview Patriot Football on SHN Sports. It's football time in Texas as we're ready to get underway here in Bastrop, Texas at Memorial Stadium. Nicely situated here just outside of Bastrop off of Highway 21. It is a very nice facility that is a shared stadium between Cedar Creek and Bastrop. And always very hospitable here. The folks here in Bastrop are always very kind to us and show us a lot of hospitality, and we always look forward to coming here each year. So another thing that just happened to think about is this next season, after the turn of the year, the calendar year, will be realignment. And so we'll see how the districts will play out and what the enrollment numbers will be, and if Eastview will stay in Division II or if they'll move up into Division I, Roderick.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be something to watch out for because obviously, the alignment comes along with that, comes the numbers, and it just, people really think like, oh, I think this school is actually just trying to do this or because of this, but it actually really comes down to your enrollees for the high school students. So it just really depends on if you fit that criteria and your number of students that you have in your school. So that's all it really is. And so people kind of get that wrong idea of where certain schools try to just do it because of they want to be in 4A Division I or they want to be in 6A Division II, and that's not really it at all. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see the numbers and to see if hopefully Eastview can stay in this district because so far in this district, Eastview's had great success.
They have had good success in this district since the realignment, and one of those teams that was in Division II previously that moved up into Division I is having great success this year is Pflugerville Weiss. And what a powerhouse that school has been. And they really took it to Rouse. That is the only loss that Rouse has on the season, and they just ate Rouse up. It was a very poorly played game by them. For them having a high-powered offense, they did not put those numbers up against Weiss. Eastview will be receiving the ball to get the game started. And back deep for your Patriots will be Michael Sedgwick and Tyler Wagner. Your up front men will be Jerry Barone and Elder Isupunwu.
Man, it doesn't like it, Mike. You definitely said it. That crowd noise is definitely the crowd, Mike. Oof, makes a difference.
Jonathan Spurlock getting ready to kick this thing away for Bastrop. Patriots doing a lot of damage with every possession that they had last week. There was just a handful that they weren't able to do anything with. Spurlock puts toe to leather, and the kick is in the end zone, and it's going to go out of the back of the end zone. It didn't even land in the end zone. And that will be a touchback and a Patriot start at the 25-yard line as we get things underway here in Bastrop, Texas.
Yeah, especially if you're Eastview right now, you're hoping for some great success that you had last week to continue that, and you're hoping obviously for a great result, obviously in a touchdown.
Peyton Adams leads his offense out to the field and ready to get things underway. And, of course, we want to thank our social media. Man, they take off out of the huddle really quickly. Thomas Thornburg with a direct snap, and he takes it right up the middle. And you talk about power run. He gets about 9 yards on that carry, maybe 8 is where they're going to spot it before he was stacked up. But they go with a jumbo package to start things here tonight. Interesting on that particular play call.
Yeah, you're seeing Thornburg really hand off the ball right now.
Peyton Adams wide left, and again, Thornburg in the jumbo set. Direct snap to Thornburg, and that's going to be a false start on Jacob Martin. And that will back him up 5, and that will bring up 2nd down and 7. Spotted at the 27-yard line of the Patriots. Peyton Adams under center. He takes a snap and hands off to Thornburg. Thornburg jumps over a would-be tackler to pick up a yard. That'll bring up 3rd down and 6. Very unique play calling that we haven't seen a whole lot of to get things started on a Friday night. Jalen Edmondson, the tailback. Let's throw out to Jerry Barone, and Barone will pick up 2 more yards, and they will be short of the line of gain. That will bring up 4th down and 4 for the Patriots, and they will be punting this one away.
Down by number 44, Christian Lopez, short of the 1st down, and it is
Christian Lopez in on the tackle.
Yeah, something you definitely didn't want as a Patriot. Start your first drive. You had a little good thing going, then all of a sudden you have the false start. Just minimal penalties you want to avoid early on in this game.
Snap back to Sedgwick with his rugby-style punt, and he punts it away. A fair catch is called for. And I thought he threw a flag, but no, he didn't. And that will be downed at the 50-yard line, and Bastrop will take over. At the 50.
50-yard line, 1st down and 10, Bastrop.
Red Storm defense making its way out onto the field. Seth Mauser, the quarterback for the Bears. Reagan Nielsen wide left. Empty set for the Bears to get this thing started. Be a little out route by DeMeyer Thompson, and was incomplete. Bounced off his shoulder pads, and that was one of those instances where he turned before he was ready to make the catch and took his eyes off of it.
Yeah, it really looked like if he thought that there was a lot more green grass, so he just thought about the grass rather than the catch.
2nd down and 10 from the 50-yard line. Mauser has a snap. He hands off to Baynard. Baynard met at the line of scrimmage and pushes forward for a couple of yards and then stacked back by the Red Storm defense. A gain of 2 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd down and 8 for the Bears.
3rd down and 8, Bears.
Mauser getting the play call from the sideline. DeMeyer Thompson lines up to his left. The snap back, Mauser drops back. He's looking for Thompson, finds him, he makes a catch. If he can stay on his feet, he might make the yard to gain. Looks like they're going to be a yard short.
Mauser's pass complete to DeMeyer Thompson.
That'll bring up 4th and 1 for the Bears. This may be 4-down territory for them. Looks like Mauser is going to stay out on the field.
If you're useful, you definitely want to pay attention for that hard count, possibly to draw them off sides and get an easy 1st down.
Thompson lining up behind Mauser. Mauser has a snap. He hands off to Thompson up the middle. Thompson will cross the line to gain, and he will pick up the 1st down. Gets to the 39-yard line of Eastview.
That is enough for a Bastrop Bear 1st down.
Eight minutes and 14 seconds remaining in this 1st quarter. First possession for the Bears. Mauser in the gun. He takes the snap, hands off to Demir Thompson. Thompson over the left side, right side, and he is to the house in the end zone for a Bastrop Bear touchdown. My. He found a hole and took it to the house. The Bears on the board first here in Bastrop tonight. Spurlock on to kick the PAT. The kick is up, and it is good. The Bears score on their first possession of the night on a huge 39-yard run by Demir Thompson to the house. Not the start that you want on defense, and so both sides of the ball right now. Roderick showing maybe just a little bit of rust tonight, or maybe there's a little different play call than what they've been seeing. Obviously, Eastview came out with a different look than they've showed all season long, and maybe that's what Bastrop has done as well.
Yeah, you really see Eastview in their first drive. Really didn't pan out how they wanted to. They probably wanted to mix it up a little bit, try to be a little bit different, but you saw there wasn't much success. And even on the defense, something that Feacock definitely is not happy about right now is to give up a touchdown here early on in this game.
Jonathan Spurlock getting things set to kick it away. Back deep for the Patriots. Sedgwick and Wagoner. Ball keeps falling off the tee for Spurlock. That's the second time tonight. There is a little wind here in Bastrop tonight, as you saw with the anthem. Total leather, and Sedgwick will take it in the end zone and take a knee and bring it out to the 25-yard line. And Patriots will start their second drive from the 25. Typically, you don't see the jumbo package with Thornburg, except in for goal line stands or a two-point conversion.
Yeah, typically you don't really see a jumbo package so like near the goal line, but I mean, I guess Eastview wanted to try something different. Now it seems like they're going to try to and do what they've been doing, and hopefully it sticks.
Edmondson, the tailback. Sedgwick, wide left. Grover Moore in motion. He hands off to Edmondson up the middle. He's over to the left side guard, and he will gain 7 yards on the play. That'll bring up second down and 3 from the 32-yard line. Adams in the shotgun, hands off to Edmondson, who is met in the backfield by Caden Rodeball, but Rodeball not able to bring him down, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up third down and 2. Adams barks out the signals with a hard count, trying to draw him off sides. Adams has the snap. He hands off to Edmondson, who is very close to the line to gain. He was met in the backfield, and I got to give a tip of the cap to Edmondson. He's breaking first touch tackles, and he does get the first down. That'll be Eastview's first down of the first down conversion of the night. Adams with the keeper over the right side end. He picks up 5, still driving, and it looks like he's going to get 6 yards on the carry. Second down and 4 from the 41. Adams and the Patriots in their own end of the field. He hands off to Edmondson. Edmondson up the middle, and he's stacked up by a whole host of Bears. He might have gotten a yard on that carry. That'll bring up third down and 3. Sedgwick wide left. Adams hits Barone for a first down and then some. Barone tackled out of bounds, just short of the 50-yard line. We'll see where they spot it. They're going to spot it at the 49. First and 10 from the 49 for the Patriots. Moore in motion. Adams hands off to Moore, and he gets around the end, and it is met by Creed Nichols and driven out of bounds. They will give him a yard on the carry to the 50. Second down and 9 for the Patriots. Adams fakes the handoff to, oh my gosh, Sedgwick just made this awesome move and broke the ankles of Riker Lawson to take the ball further downfield. That'll bring up third down and 2 for the Patriots. Adams has the snap. He's going to keep it himself over the right side. He hurdles a would-be tackler, and he will get to the Bastrop 40-yard line for a Patriot first down. What a hurdle by Peyton Adams.
Yeah, and you're seeing exactly on this drive right now that these Bears are literally giving these Patriots a run for their money at this moment.
And Bastrop looks like you're calling a timeout. And indeed, I believe that's what it is. I did not see the signal for which team called it. I'm looking on the scoreboard to see which one they gave the timeout to or charged the timeout to. And both sides say 3. So 3 timeouts left.
Maybe an official timeout, I guess, for the chain gang.
Well, usually
possibly.
They won't let the teams go to the bench on an official timeout. First and 10 from the Bastrop 40. Adams will hand off to Asriel Dionis. Dionis picks up, looks like 3 yards on the carry. Down to the Bastrop 37-yard line. That'll bring up second down and 7 from the 37. On the shotgun. Again, Adams hands off to Dionis. Dionis over the 35. And they'll give him the 35-yard line. That'll bring up third down and 5 for the Patriots. Sedgwick wide left. Adams with a handoff to Grover Moore. Grover Moore gets by a would-be tackler. He's over the 35 and goes out of bounds at the 33-yard line. There is a flag on the play. This might be an unsportsmanlike penalty on Bastrop, and Grover Moore comes off limping, and he's headed over to the Patriot sideline.
I don't know if he's on the sideline, whether at the Bears sideline, if they're going to call a late hit out of bounds, possibly.
I think they're going to walk off 15 against the Bears, and that will be an automatic first down for the Patriots.
Huge break for these Patriots right now. Obviously looking to even up this score early on in this game.
First and 10 from the 18 for the Patriots. Thornburg in the jumbo package. Martin in motion. A high snap to Thornburg. He breaks a tackle over the right side tackle, and he is still chugging. He's down to the 10-yard line. He's over the 10-yard line, down to what looks like the 7. How about that for power, Roderick?
And you've been seeing him, Thornburg, with power on defense, and now you're seeing him power in the offense.
Do have a Bastrop Bear down on the field. And definitely not what you like to see. He is grabbing his leg. You definitely don't want to see a knee injury.
No, definitely. We talk about it week after week. Obviously, these kids put in some hard work. You know, they want to show their hard work off every Friday night or Thursday night. And just to see an injury like this, hopefully it's nothing too serious. But you never want to see injuries in this game. Yes, they're going to happen, but you hope that they're not severe.
Well, we'll take this time. Roderick, if you would, go over to the players of the week as designated by the Patriot coaches.
Yeah, so the players of the week last week in Cedar Creek, obviously with the Patriots winning 66-7. The offensive MVP was Adriel Dianis. Your defensive MVPs are going to be Tyler Wagner, Sterling Gaddis. Your offensive line is going to be Rollin Howard. Your defensive line, as we mentioned earlier, Aaron Olage. Your special teams and Patrick Maxwell. And to finish it off, your Patriot of the week is Nelson Rivas.
How about Nelson Rivas with that pick six last week? And Patrick Maxwell, my goodness. He was outstanding. Comes in for the first time on the season. It was perfect
7-yard line of the Bears.
on his PATs. Handoff. No, it's actually batted, and the ball is on the ground and ruled incomplete. As the ball was batted down, I couldn't tell if they hit his arm on the attempted pass play. I thought he handed it off, but he kept it, and it goes incomplete. That will bring up second down and goal from the 7-yard line. Adams will hand off to Edmondson. Edmondson up the middle. He is to the 6-yard line. He'll pick up a yard on the carry.
28 Edmondson with the carry. 29 Miller.
That'll bring up third down and 6. Third down and goal from the 6. Adams from the shotgun. Edmondson to his left. Adams with the keeper, or not with the keeper, but with the pass to Sedgwick. It goes incomplete. And that will bring up fourth down.
29 Ty Miller applying the pressure. Number 7 Dwayne Jackson in coverage. And that's going to bring up a fourth down for the Patriots.
Fourth and goal for the Patriots, and Patrick Maxwell comes on for the field goal. Maxwell with a 45-yard field goal last week. The left-footed kicker lines up. The snap and hold. The kick is up, and it is good, and the Patriots are on the board and get some points out of that drive. 3:33 remaining in the first quarter, and the Patriots trail the Bears 7-3.
And something I definitely want to point out, it just seems like the offensive line of last week is we're not seeing the same offensive line of this week. These Bears are pretty much filling in their gaps. They're knowing where to be. They're in their zones. I'm guessing, to me, it's pretty much a little bit of this homecoming fever that they have right now. They want to come in, obviously, with a victory. They want to show this crowd a good time, but also they want to come away with the victory as well. And it seems right now that this offensive line for the Patriots is kind of a little bit on their heels, if not because, like we mentioned earlier, Edmondson really isn't getting that much past the line of scrimmage.
He's been stacked up pretty good with runs up the middle. When they go toward the edges, they're able to get more yardage on it. But the one thing that you don't want to overlook is a hungry Bear football team that is looking for their first win of the season. So while they are winless on the ceiling, you don't want to overlook a team like that. That can be dangerous, and you got to stay sharp and stay focused. Maxwell set to kick it away. And he will kick this one high and shallow. Fair catch is called for by Dwayne Jackson. And it is fielded at the Bear 28-yard line. Seth Mauser will lead his team back out to the field as they scored on their first possession, a 39-yard run by Demir Thompson. Julius Baynard wide right, and Baynard makes the catch. The pass from Mauser. He will go out of bounds.
Out to Julius Bernard.
And that is pronounced Bernard. Spelled B-A-Y. So ball spotted at the 32-yard line of the Bears. That'll bring up 2nd down and 6. Thompson in motion. That Red Storm defense is chasing him out of bounds, and he will pick up a couple of more yards on the carry, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 4. They get 2 yards on the carry. Red Storm needing to make a stop. Thornburg making sure they've got the right defense call. 4-man front for the Patriots. Mauser in the gun. He drops back. He's looking for an open receiver across the middle. He finds Damari Monroe for a 1st down.
Damari Monroe. That's enough for a 1st down. Brought down by number 3.
1st and 10 from the Patriot 49. Handoff to Thompson. Thompson trying to find a hole over the right tackle, and he gets stacked up for a loss.
Myers Thompson with the carry. Number 20, Aaron Holigate with the 1st contact. Loss on the play, 2nd down and 12.
Second down. Second down and 12 for the Bears. Thompson will line up to Mauser's right. Mauser will keep it. He's rolling, looking for a receiver. I'm surprised they didn't throw an intentional ground on him, as there was no receiver around.
Yeah, I think what they're going to call him is that he was outside of the box. So as long as he gets it over the line of scrimmage, it'll be an incomplete pass.
That'll bring up 3rd down and 12. Red Storm trying to get their first 3 and out. Well, I guess it wouldn't be their first. They did get a 1st down on this, but anyway. Pressure put on Mauser, and he will throw it out of bounds. And that'll bring up 4th and 12, and the Bears will punt it away for the first time tonight. 1:55 remaining in the 1st quarter. Patriots trailing by 4. Jerry Barone back deep to receive the punt. He's down around the 15-yard line. High snap, and it is punted away. Barone will field it at the 20-yard line. Punt by Logan Stewart.
Catch at the 22-yard line, 1st and 10, Eastview.
Patriots will take over at their own 22 for their 3rd possession.
Yeah, and if you're the Patriots, obviously you're wanting a little bit more of success. Obviously, you had a lot of 3rd downs that you had to get through, and you didn't punch it into the end zone. Obviously, they're hoping for a touchdown on this drive right here to really pump up this Red Storm defense.
Bears with a 3-man front. Adams is hit quickly, and the pass will go off the fingertips of Michael Sedgwick, incomplete. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
That'll bring up 2nd down.
Snap back to Adams. He hands off to Edmondson up the middle. Edmondson will pick up 2 yards on the carry. That'll bring up 3rd down and 8.
Number 28, Edmondson with the carry. 55, Caden Roseball with the tackle.
Ball spotted at the 24-yard line of the Patriots.
For the ECU Patriots.
Timeout called by Bastrop. They didn't like what they saw, so they're going to take a timeout. 1:16 remaining in the first. So really needing to get something happening here. You don't want to go another 3 and out, Roderick, and twice in 3 possessions.
Yeah, it seems a little bit right now that this Red Storm defense is kind of on their heels. They maybe be a little bit surprised, albeit this offense needs to come up big, especially on this 3rd down early in this game. That way they can provide a spark, first of all, for the offense, second of all, for this defense, Red Storm defense. Yes, they did get a stop on this last possession for the Bears, but they're hoping to continue that success that they had last week.
Adams in the shotgun, Edmondson to his right. Adams has a snap, he rolls right, he's looking for Jerry Barone and misses his intended target, and that will bring up 4th down. So your second 3 and out for the night. On the first 3 possessions, Roderick, definitely not the start that you're looking for. I know we've kind of said that a few times tonight.
Yeah, it definitely is not what you wanted. Last week, literally you scored on 4 of your first 5 possessions of the game, and this week you're seeing a different result from this Patriot offense.
Michael Sedgwick to punt it away. It's a low rolling kick, and it is fielded by Austin Tabola at the Bastrop 49. Bastrop beginning their 3rd possession of the night. They scored a touchdown on their first possession, punted away on their second possession. Seth Mauser leads his team back onto the field, and he will hand off to Thompson, who is immediately met by the Red Storm defense and breaks away. And I'll tell you what, he did a tremendous job getting away from so many would-be tacklers as he was met by DJ Perez initially. And I'll tell you what, the speed of the Red Storm defense kept him for a loss, and it looks like he loses 6 yards on the play. That'll bring up 2nd down and 16. The ball spotted at the 44, so a loss of 5 yards. Austin Tabola wide right. Thompson to the left of Mauser. Mauser drops back. He's looking for an intended target, and nowhere around as Damari Monroe was his intended target, and that ball was overthrown by at least 15 yards. That'll bring up 3rd down and 15 for the Bears. Red Storm defense doing what they needed to do in this possession.
Yeah, other than the first possession we're seeing right now, this Red Storm defense has calmed down a little bit. Maybe they had a little bit of jitters coming to this game, albeit here's a 3rd down to pretty much end this first quarter.
Mauser looking for Bernard, and that pass will go off his fingertips incomplete. That will bring up a 3 and out for the Bears for the first time tonight. That 4-man front for the Patriots, just keeping pressure on Mauser.
Yeah, this 4-man front.
Series.
Yeah, this 4-man front for this Patriot defense is starting to you know, get a groove, get a little bit of momentum going. Hopefully this offense for the Patriots will start to get a groove that they had last week.
High snap back to the punter. But he managed to kick it away, and it takes a roll, a bare roll down to the 8-yard line of the Patriots. What a punt by Logan Stewart.
Rolls out of bounds at the 9-yard line, first and 10 ECU.
Thornburg a little slow to get up, but he's fine. He's making his way to the sideline.
Yeah, if you're the Patriots, this is somebody you don't want to lose. This is your anchor on the defense. This is your anchor when you're in the Wildcat, you know, knowing that he's a senior as well. You hopefully it was just a little bit of fatigue.
And that was the last play of the first quarter. Looking to see where they end up spotting the ball. I don't know if there was a flag on the play. The officials meeting about the 45-yard line and to discuss this. So both teams sitting around the 30-yard line.
Would they be asking
where it was down at the 8-yard line.
I'm not sure if they're asking for a re-kick or if they're. Oh, gotcha.
So they're walking it from. He's at the 9-yard line, so we'll see.
They caught the Bastrop Bears with a hold.
Is that what it was? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Well, it had to be a little more than a hold. That's a 15-yard penalty that he just walked off. First and 10 for the Patriots from their own 24-yard line as they swap into the field. Michael Sedgwick in at tailback. Handoff to Sedgwick, and he will be tackled at the line of scrimmage as he went wide left trying to get the edge, the corner, and looks like they're going to give him a yard on the carry. That'll bring up second down and 9 from the 25. Adams from the shotgun. He drops back looking for an open receiver. He's still rolling around. The pressure is being put on him, and Michael Sedgwick with a outstanding catch, but he's going to get flagged for taunting the defender. And that will negate that first down. Well, we'll see. They may give him the first down, but then walk it off from the spot. It was a dead ball penalty at that point.
Yeah, and if you're
down to the Bastrop 49-yard line. Or actually not the 49, it's at the 45-yard line of the Patriots. I had my 50 and 40 crossed up with a dividing line in this window up here.
Yeah, and if your feet caught, you're definitely not happy with your senior and Michael Sedgwick, knowing that you had a huge gain, a perfect pass from Adams, and then something you just don't want to do is, I guess, look down at the player, and I guess the ref he's seen enough. He doesn't want to see any of that in the game, and so he easily pulled out his flag, and the Patriots are back 15 yards.
They walked it off from the spot, so it will be a first and 10 for the Patriots. It was an ESPN-type catch, da-da-da-da-da-da, by Michael Sedgwick, and then a taunting penalty, unsportsmanlike conduct, a handoff to Azriel Dianis Elizalde up the middle. And he'll pick up 2 on the carry. To the 32-yard line. That'll bring up second down and 8.
Second down and 8.
Dianis Elizalde lines up to Adams' left. Adams has the snaps. He drops back. He's looking for Jacob Moore across the middle. He finds him. He will get the first down and then some. That'll be a 10-yard reception by Jacob Martin for another Eastview Patriot first down. Adams hands off to Edmondson, who is immediately met in the backfield by Christian Lopez for a loss of 3 on the play.
Lopez really shot that hole and laid the wood on Edmondson.
Adams has a snap. He options out to Edmondson, who's again stacked up, and the Bears trying to strip the ball away from him, unable to do so. Looks like it'll be a loss of a yard.
Another loss on the play.
That will bring up 3rd down and 3. Actually, he got back to the line of scrimmage. They didn't move the sticks at all. Adams looking for Martin across the middle. He finds him. Martin with the catch and carry to the 50-yard line is where they'll spot him. And that'll bring up 4th down and 3 at the 50.
That's going to bring up 4th down, Eastview.
Patriots are going for it. Timeout is going to be called by Bastrop. And it is a good thing they did, because that was probably going to be a false start on the Patriots.
Yeah, it didn't look like they were set. I mean, Adams was trying to get the play call going, and it seems like the Patriot receivers on the right side of him kind of weren't set. They were trying to figure out what to do. Nonetheless, they got saved by that timeout from the Bears.
9:29 remaining in the first half. 4th down and 3, and the Patriots looking to go for it. They're trailing by 4.
Yeah, if you're the Patriots, especially this offense who's gotten a little bit stymied, and it looks like they're coming out with their punt team.
They've had some momentum going, and I think probably they were hoping to catch Bastrop off guard and maybe get an offsides to get the first down. But Michael Sedgwick has come on and will punt it away. Right now, no one back deep for Bastrop. Sedgwick with his rugby-style kick will kick it away, and it will take a Bear bounce and roll and go out of bounds at the 23-yard line.
Out of bounds at the 23.
So the Bears will take over at the 23 on a drive that looked really promising.
Yeah.
As the Patriots were able to pick up some first downs in there, even with a taunting penalty by Michael Sedgwick.
Yeah, it seems like this Patriot offense, once they try to get going, it seems that 1 or 2 plays, they get negative in the first down territory, second down territory, and then nonetheless they're trying to catch up to get that first down, and they couldn't get this first down on that last possession.
Mauser in the gun, Thompson to his right. Tabola in motion. Handoff to Thompson, and hello, Mr. Thompson, says Mr. Thornburg. That'll be a gain of 1 on the play, and I'll tell you what, that momentum stopped when Thomas Thornburg gutted up the middle and stood Thompson up and drove him back.
Yeah, he seems to be doing fine after being on the ground for a little bit at the end of that first quarter.
2nd down and 9 from the 24. Handoff from Mauser, and Thompson up the middle for a gain of 8 yards on the carry. That'll bring up 3rd down and 1. That play reminiscent of that long touchdown run from Thompson on the first possession of the Bears tonight. Luke Williams lines up wide right. Mauser has a snap again. He hands off to Thompson. Thompson will pick up the first down with a gain of 2. He gets to the 34-yard line.
17 to Myers Thompson with the carry enough for a first down. Brought down by 14.
First and 10 for the Bears
and number 64,
from the 34. Mauser has a snap. He rolls right. He's looking for an open receiver. He finds Charles Natal. For a gain of 6.
Charles Natal.
Ball spotted at the 40-yard line.
Also brought down by number
2nd down and 4 for the Bears.
Gain of 6, 2nd and 4, Bastrop.
Bears having some success moving the ball tonight. Handoff to Thompson over the right side, and he is on his horse, and he is headed toward the end zone, and he will not be caught. Another touchdown run by Zamir Thompson. My. A 60-yard touchdown scamper by the Bears. Bears leading this one by 10. Spurlock on for the PAT. It is up and good. And the Bears extend their lead over the Patriots 14-3. Surprising.
Yeah, definitely not the start that Eastview wanted. Your offense really isn't getting much going other than that second possession, I believe. And this Red Storm defense has a little bit of trouble on their hands.
Well, the offense is in the hole, and they've got to do some work here and make some changes. This is a winless Bastrop Bears team, and you don't want to be overlooking them and be the guys that are playing sloppy on the field.
Yeah, exactly, and especially tonight, like I mentioned earlier, Mike, this is their homecoming, so they're definitely wanted to put in a little bit of extra effort that they probably haven't or have not put in yet in this regular season and district play.
Yeah, it's definitely a shot on the chin right now for the Patriots. Spurlock puts toe to leather, an onside kick attempt, and it's fielded by Jackson Zane for the Patriots, and they will take over at their own 45-yard line.
Spurlock is at the 45-yard line of Eastview,
First and 10 for the Patriots at their own 45-yard line. Jalen Edmondson to the right of Adams. Sedgwick wide left. Adams looking for Sedgwick, and he finds him wide, or not wide open, but open at the Bear 30 or 27-yard line. An explosive play for the Patriots.
If you're the Patriots, you're looking to keep going, keep this up-tempo offense to catch this Bear defense on their heels.
22-yard gain for the Patriots. Adams will hand off to Edmondson. Edmondson up the middle, and I'll tell you what, he has been stacked up the middle all night long. A gain of 1 on the play.
Number 28, Edmondson, the carry, 55.
That Bear defensive front controlling the line of scrimmage tonight.
And about 9.
Second down and 9 for the Patriots. Adams rolls left. He's looking for an open receiver, and pressure's being brought on, and he puts it in his left hand and throws it out of bounds. That'll bring up third down and 9. What a heads-up play by Peyton Adams. From being what would have been a tackle for a loss, swaps hands and throws it left-handed out of bounds. Third down and 9 for the Patriots. Adams drops back. He's looking for an open receiver. Flag on the play. He finds Edmondson over to the left, and he is going to take it into the end zone. But that may be coming back. That might be a hold on the Patriots. Holding on the Patriots, and that will negate the touchdown. And tack on 10 more yards backwards for the Patriots on what will be a 3rd and 19.
Now a 3rd down and 19 for ECU.
Self-inflicted wounds have hurt the Patriots tonight, and you talk about some changes at halftime. Can you imagine being a fly on the wall in that locker room? 6:20 remaining in the second quarter. Adams in the gun. He's looking for Sedgwick. Sedgwick makes the catch and will go out of bounds at around the 23-yard line. That'll bring up 4th down and about 6.
Knocked out of bounds by number 7, Dwayne Jackson. That will bring up 4th down and 6.
Patriots going for it. Adams has the snap, and there is a timeout called by the Patriots. The whistles blow. So I was like, okay, is there a flag on the play? Did we just get a false start penalty against us? No, unfortunately, it was only a timeout.
Yeah, just like you mentioned earlier, Mike, early on in this game, you're seeing a little bit of a different offense and defense that we saw last week against Cedar Creek. And you're seeing some of these miscues starting to haunt this Patriot offense and really not putting a drive together. And now they're faced with a 4th and 6, hopefully trying to convert to try to put some more points on this board before they start to fall more behind.
Well, the one thing is you don't want to overlook this opponent. I know that we talked about that. You have Rouse coming to your place next week, and you don't want to overlook Bastrop thinking about Rouse coming into town.
Exactly. Sometimes a team may overlook a certain opponent because they're trying to focus on next week's game, but this is a game of literally week to week, so you have to think about every single team every single time.
Martin wide left. Adams from the gun. He drops back. He's pressure. He is going to be sacked. No, he's still on his feet. He is. No, he's going to be sacked for a huge, huge loss. That Bastrop defensive front has controlled the line of scrimmage pretty much all night long. And they put a lot of pressure on Peyton Adams.
Yeah, Adams really with nowhere to go. That trick play took longer to evolve and for it to actually try to get into an actual trick play. And by that time, I think Sedgwick got open. It was already too late. Adams was pretty much running for his life, trying to even get back up.
14-yard loss on the play, and that will bring up 1st and 10 for the Bears from their own 37-yard line. Seth Mauser in the gun. He will hand off to Thompson, and Thompson will be stacked up after a gain of 3. He gets to the 40-yard line. Thompson with over 100 yards rushing so far in this first quarter.
Yeah, right now this Patriot defense, this Red Storm defense, excuse me, has no answer.
First half, not first quarter, sorry. I just caught myself.
Yeah, this Red Storm defense trying to find some answers, especially for, like you mentioned earlier, Thompson. Thompson was already in this first half alone over 100 yards rushing.
Mauser drops back. He's looking for an open receiver in Julius Bernard, and that will go incomplete as it was intended for Bernard. That'll bring up 2nd down and 7 from the 40-yard line. Third down and 7. I was looking at the yard marker over there. He has not turned the flag to 3 yet. The scoreboard says 3rd down and 7. Now he flips it. 3rd down and 7. A handoff to Thompson. He's up the middle. Will pick up a yard. That'll bring up 4th down and 6. And the Bears are going to punt it away. Nick Miller
and number 53
will punt it away.
I'll bring up 4th down. And in comes 26. Nick Miller, your Bear punter.
Jerry Barone back deep for the Patriots. .440 remaining in the half. Miller takes the snap. He punts this spiraling kick away, and that's going to go over Barone's head and down to the 22-yard line. And the Patriots will begin from there at their own 22. Got to sustain a drive here, Roderick, before the half.
Yeah, it seems like that.
Put some points on the board before going into half.
Yeah, definitely. It seems like they had a couple of plays in that last possession that they had, but then, miscues and certain penalties that they wanted to avoid are definitely haunting them right now.
Adams will hand off. Oh, there's a flag. All right, it's a whistle on the play. I don't know that I see a flag.
Guess that they weren't ready.
Maybe that they weren't ready, and now they are ready. Asriel Dianis Elizalde, the tailback. Adams has a snap. He's looking for a receiver. Jerry Barone is open and just off his fingertips. Incomplete. Just a little too much lead. Barone would have been gone to the house as there was nothing but green in front of him.
Yeah, had Peyton Adams pretty much just a little bit less on that pass. Barone had his defender beat, and Barone would have seen nothing but green grass in the end zone pretty quick.
Second and 10 from their own 22. Dianis Elizalde lines up to his right. Adams drops back. He's looking for an open receiver. He finds Barone across the middle. It's in and out of his hands. Wide open again was Barone. In and out of the breadbasket, incomplete, and that will bring up 3rd down and 10.
And that time, Adams pretty much had his receiver where he wanted it. He gave him the ball exactly where he wanted it, and he needed it to be. And Barone just couldn't come up with that catch. Once again, Barone had another opportunity to have a bunch of yards to gain.
Needing a 1st down, 3rd down and 10. Adams drops back. He's looking for a screen pass and too much pressure as he is taken down to the ground. And again, great penetration by that Bastrop front. And Adams has been in a hurry all night long.
It's something that you definitely didn't see last week with this Patriot offensive line pretty much establishing the run game and giving Adams a lot of protection in the pass game last week. Is you're seeing a different story this week.
Sedgwick in to punt it away. High end over end punt will go out of bounds and determine where they're marked. The Bastrop coaches are trying to determine where the field is as they're pointing to the officials where it went out at. And the officials Say it went out at the Eastview 46, and the Bastrop coaches were at the 40, trying to point out the errors in the officials' ways.
You're trying to get every yard you can get,
Right.
especially if it goes out of bounds.
3:55 remaining in the half. Eastview trailing 14-3. We want to thank you for tuning in and watching Eastview Patriot football on SHN Sports. I'm Michael Francis. He's Roderick Castillo. Mauser hands off to Bernard. Bernard goes over the left side, and he will pick up about 6 yards on the carry. So they're going to give him 5 yards. As look at the line judge, he lines up on the 40 and then steps back to the 34. I mean the 39. Or the 41, I'm sorry, I'm going the wrong direction. My bad, y'all. Second down and 5. Thompson to the left of Mauser. Bernard in motion. Mauser with the keeper, and he will be slammed down by Aaron Olage. That'll be a loss of 2 on the play.
Aaron Olage. That will bring up 3rd down and about 6 or 7 for the Bears.
Olage pretty much read that play from the jump. He obviously knew that the quarterback was going to have to make a decision. Quarterback kept it. Olage knew exactly what to do, made his mark, and read the play to perfection.
3rd down and 7, and the Patriots will burn a timeout with 3:29 remaining on the clock in the first half. Red Storm defense needing to make a stop here.
Yeah, if you're the Red Storm defense, pretty much this first half, you've had your heels, you've had your back to the wall a little bit, knowing that this Patriot offense isn't getting a lot going yet. You have to come up big, and once again, this Patriot Red Storm defense is going to have to come up big again, once again, here in this first half.
He had so many standout plays last week versus Cedar Creek, and this defense doing an outstanding job last week. And you're wanting to see him rise up and do the same thing here tonight. Mauser hands off to Thompson. Thompson stacked up at the middle, and he will gain roughly about 1 yard. That'll bring up 4th down and 5 for the Bears.
53, Louis Castillo with the tackle. Short gain, 4th down, Bastrop.
Louis Castillo being credited with the tackle, but it was a whole host of Patriots on that play. Bears are going for it. Thompson, the lone tailback.
Seems that Bastrop was looking to possibly draw Eastview offsides.
Mauser looking for an open receiver. And an incomplete pass to Makai Jefferson, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
That will be a turnover down, 1st down, Eastview.
1st and 10 for the Patriots at their own 42-yard line. Patriots have had some opportunities tonight and have not been able to capitalize on them. Adams with the keeper up the middle. He will pick up 9 yards on the carry. Actually, they're going to move him a little closer to the chains.
55, Caden Roseball with the tackle, 9 on the game.
And it's a 1st down
Eastview.
for Eastview, so they're waiting for the chains to line up. Now snap, and they hand off to Edmondson. Edmondson with a rush up the middle,
with the carry, 29.
and he will pick up 7 yards on the carry. Actually 6. That'll bring up 2nd down and 4 from the Bastrop 42-yard line. Adams finds Barone. He's wide open, and he's down the sideline. He's looking for pay dirt, and he will find it. the Eastview Patriots strike gold in the end zone. A connection between Peyton Adams and Jerry Barone for the first Patriot touchdown of the night.
And if you're the Patriots, this is exactly what the doctor ordered. You know, the defense, Red Storm defense coming up big with that 4th down stop, and just exactly what you needed before halftime is that you're looking to score, and they got the score from Barone.
Patrick Maxwell in for the PAT. The kick is up, and it is good. And the Patriots cut into the lead and are only down by 4. 14-10 Bastrop with 2 minutes and 4 seconds remaining here in the first half. Well, that's more of what you want to see from the Patriots.
Exactly. This is more of what you see in the Patriots last week, and it just took a little bit more longer, pretty much almost to the end of this first half, to finally get something going with your offense. And once again, this starts with the defense coming up with a huge stop on that 4th down and 5. It looked like if Bastrop was trying to get them off sides, but Bastrop went ahead and tried to get that 4th down, and nonetheless, it turns into an Eastview touchdown from Barone.
Thompson and Bernard back deep for the Bears. Patrick Maxwell getting ready to kick it away. Maxwell puts the boot to it, and the kick is down, fielded at the 2-yard line by Baynard. Baynard breaks through some tackles, still on his feet across the 15-yard line on what could have been a disaster for the Bears.
The Bears pretty much very fortunate to come up with that ball.
Very fortunate. If Eastview had come up with it, what a turn of momentum going into halftime.
Exactly. And if you're Eastview, this is exactly what you wanted. You wanted to pin them deep in their territory to possibly not let them have another opportunity to either score a field goal or a touchdown, knowing that the Bears, they only have 1 timeout and under 2 minutes to go. They have a 2-minute drill. I'm pretty sure that they work on week to week. So let's see if it pays off for the Bears.
The Red Storm defense takes the field. Seth Mauser. Thompson goes in motion, a pitch out to Thompson, and he will be stacked up and tackled as he gets tackled for loss by DJ Perez and Thomas Thornburg.
Perez with the tackle right at the line of scrimmage. 2nd down, Bastrop.
That'll bring up, actually going to be a 2-yard loss. That'll bring up 2nd down and 12. Ball spotted at the 14-yard line. Actually, they have it at the 15, so I don't know the guy with the yards, where the marker stick, where the ball is, he is a yard back too far. I don't think he's really paying too much attention. The chain gang is somewhat lackluster here tonight.
Yeah, chain gang needs to get it together with these officials come halftime.
And your Bastrop Bears.
Eastview takes their final timeout with 1:39 remaining in the first half.
We'll be honoring the 1966 Bastrop Bears.
We're going to be honoring the 1966 Bastrop Bears here tonight. 1966 being a very good year, at least for me anyway. That's the year that I was born.
Fun fact of the night.
Fun fact of the night. Thompson and Mauser in the backfield. 2nd and 11. Mauser rolls right. A lot of pressure being put on. Almost picked off by Thomas Thornburg on a shoestring catch. In and out of his hands. The intended target was Damari Monroe.
And if you're Eastview, you're very fortunate because this stops the clock, and you really don't have to worry about a timeout.
That'll bring up 3rd down and 11 for the Bears. If the Red Storm defense can hold right here, you still have some time to put some points back up on the board.
Exactly right.
Thompson lines up behind Mauser. Mauser will hand off to Thompson up the middle, and he slashes. He's through again, and he is on his way. He will not be caught. Into the end zone he goes. There is no flag on the play. And that was an 87-yard scamper. He is close to 200 yards here in the first half alone. My, my, my. What a night for that young man.
What a night, especially on homecoming.
Spurlock for the PAT. It is up and good, and Bastrop extends their lead over the Patriots. A minute 26 remaining in the half.
Yeah, and if you're the Patriots, you had a 3rd down and 11. You had them pinned back deep in their territory, and all of a sudden, like you mentioned earlier, Thompson just breaks away with another one. I think it was an 87-yard
run.
And definitely not what this Red Storm defense wanted to come away with. They wanted to get off this field. They wanted to give their offense another opportunity to cut into this lead, possibly take the lead. Now you're down 21-10 with a minute 26 left to go in this first half.
Patriots down by 2 scores. Needing to make something happen. Got to have it happen. Bastrop doing a good job at the line of scrimmage from both sides of the ball here tonight. Opening up some running lanes and giving Thompson the opportunities to get through and take it to the house.
Yeah, you just see this Red Storm defense. They get a good stop on 1st down and 2nd down, and it just seems like it breaks down a little bit. This Bear offensive line just gives Thompson a little crease, and Thompson is able to use that speed that he has.
Spurlock on to kick it to the Patriots. It's a high end-over-end kick. It is being fair caught, and it's muffed by the Patriots, and looks like it may be recovered by the Bears. Patriots were able to get back on it. Jacob Martin able to recover it. Oh, my goodness. I tell you what, it is definitely not what you've wanted to see here tonight. Yeah. Thompson with runs of 39, 63, and 87 yards.
And you're very fortunate right here if you're a Patriot, knowing that you're already down 21-10, trying to cut into this lead. And luckily Martin comes up with the ball to give this Patriot offense one more chance to score before halftime.
A minute 14 remaining in this half. Adams in the shotgun. Looks at the play clock. Snaps it with a second left on it. He rolls left in and out of the hands of Michael Sedgwick. And there will be an unsportsmanlike penalty thrown on Dwayne Jackson for unintentional or intentional roughness, unsportsmanlike conduct, any way you look at it, against Michael Sedgwick. So a little extracurricular activity will cost his team 15 yards. And that will give the Patriots a 1st down.
Yeah, if you're the Patriots, you're very fortunate knowing that even though Sedgwick didn't catch that ball, you're up 15 yards once again, just over a minute left in this half, looking to score.
Can you imagine the conversations going on between Sedgwick and that young man right there, as you saw Sedgwick taunt him earlier?
Yeah, there's a lot of chippiness going on between him and Sedgwick.
Bears bringing the blitz. Adams finds Jacob Martin for a 13-yard reception and another Patriot 1st down. Martin gets down to the Bastrop 39-yard line. The chain gang falling asleep tonight. Adams looking for Barone. He has him wide open, leads him too far. And now the chain gang finally moves up. They did not move from the last spot. There's an injured Bear on the field. The injury timeout. Now, tell you what, that chain gang on the other side is having a tough go of it tonight.
They're seeing a lot of these first downs, and they're seeing the offense wanting to play up tempo, so they're trying to play up tempo themselves and trying to catch up with these refs.
Well, I see them on their phones over there.
Oh,
so
goodness.
Maybe that's what it is. They're paying attention to their phones and not what they're supposed to be doing on the field. I thought for a minute maybe they're just getting caught up in watching the game, but no, he's got his phone in his hand. They're both looking down at the phone.
Yeah, I know if you're an official, you definitely want to talk to these kids, especially the chain gang, and let them know that you're supposed to be paying attention to the game and not your phone.
49 ticks remaining in the first half. Patriots trailing by 11. 21-10. If you're just joining us, a stunner going on in this first half, and Demir Thompson just running over this Patriot defense. Adams from the gun. He's looking for an open receiver. Michael Sedgwick in the middle. He leads him by about 3 yards too far, and that will be incomplete. That will bring up 3rd down and 10 from the 39-yard line of the Bastrop Bears. 43 seconds remaining on the clock. Patriots going for big yardage have come up unsuccessful. Blitz right up the middle, and it is picked off. Joseph Overton with the interception. And he will get it back to the Patriots' 45-yard line. My. If this has not been a wake-up call in this first half, I don't know what is.
Yeah, you're definitely seeing this Patriot offense look a little bit shocked at what's going on here. They're not pretty much getting anything on the ground. Pretty much all of their offense / their touchdown alone has been through the air.
Bastrop has come to play tonight. Seth Mauser, Demir Thompson in the backfield. Mauser rolls right. He will keep it and will go out of bounds. He will pick up. Maybe he just gets to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of 1 on the play.
Bastrop Bears fans, please be aware that your band and Honey Bears will be performing after the game. Your Bear band
no gain on the play. Okay.
After the game, we have our homecoming court during halftime.
2nd down and 10. Clock stopped with him going out of bounds. 23 seconds. Thompson. Oh, it's a pitch out, and it off the fingertips of Thompson. He was able to get back on it, but it'll be a loss of 3. That'll bring up 3rd down and 13.
I think they're just content with letting the clock run out. Yeah.
Just continuing to roll. The Patriots unable to do anything with no timeouts, and that will do it. For the first
and
half.
that brings us to the end of the first half. Your score.
What a stunner going on here in Bastrop tonight.
Bastrop Bears 21.
Roderick, it is as if the Patriots were looking past this game and looking to Rouse next week. It's really kind of the only thing that I can say about this is that both sides of the game for the Patriots have had some big explosive give-ups.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly, Mike. What you're saying, this first half, you're seeing the offensive line. I want to point out, first of all, they're not getting their establishments on the offensive line to give Edmondson any kind of crease. Edmondson has pretty much been non-existent this first half, and their only score is off of a Barone screen pass. Other than that, you've been seeing this offense pretty much struggle. They've had their number of plays where they've been positive, but also they've had more negative going on, and being backed up in the chains, like 1st and 10, 2nd and 8, 3rd and 9, 3rd and 19. Even, and then in this defense, they're already pretty much almost giving up 200 yards on the ground already, like you mentioned earlier. And Thompson is running all over them right now.
That's just him alone. And I'm sure if we had all the stats, he has over 200 yards rushing in this first half alone. And my, you have 3 touchdown runs, one of 39 yards, one of 63 yards, one of 87 yards. Wow. And picking up some big first downs. So he's well over 200 yards on the night so far. They've controlled the line of scrimmage. They've been able to establish the ground game. Haven't been able to do a whole lot through the air. The Patriots have not been able to establish their ground game. You've had some big runs by Thomas Thornburg and a couple by Jalen Edmondson, and maybe 1 or 2 by Azrael Deanna Elizalde. But other than that, you have been unable to establish the ground game. Your biggest gains have come through the air, and you've got several opportunities where you couldn't make the catch. Jerry Barone with one right in his breadbasket. He drops it across the middle. That would have been a huge gain. Another one off his fingertips where he was wide open. Peyton Adams leading his receivers too much. He had Michael Sedgwick wide open. You overthrow him by 4 or 5 yards. Jerry Barone a couple of times wide open, and you overthrow him by 3 yards and unable to make the catch and get established your offense. If you can establish the ground game, you open the passing game up. We've been unable to do that. Eastview has had some success getting receivers open, but you're either not hitting the target or you're not making the catches. So got to make some adjustments here at halftime and get this thing turned around. You definitely don't want to go out of Bastrop with a loss here tonight.
Yeah, it definitely shakes things up in the district play, knowing that you're 2-1 in 3rd place, and this loss right here could definitely hurt your chances, especially moving on forward with these last 3 games of the season coming up, especially because the next week you have Rouse, and Rouse looks like they keep rolling and not looking back, and every week it seems that they just seem to focus on their opponent of the week. And like you mentioned earlier, Mike, it just seems a little bit of Eastview looking past Bastrop, knowing that they are winless, but yet knowing all these other factors are playing into Bastrop's hands. Miscommunications with the receivers, miscommunication even with the flags, and miscommunication even with the defense and finding their gaps that they had so much success of last week.
So got some changes that you got to make, and Rouse is a very high-powered offense. They're here scouting Eastview tonight, and Josh Mann and his staff over there are doing a great job. You know, the year prior to last year, they were winless, and then last year they win a district championship. They have a solid quarterback in Mason Shorb over there, and they're looking to do the same thing this year as well. So they were ranked. I'm not sure if they still are or not, but they were in the top 10 in state in 5A Division II. So you got to take care of business. You got to take care of business here tonight if you want to win a district championship. You have one loss to Brenham. You don't want another loss to Bastrop, a team that is 0-6 on the season so far. And you're coming in at 3-3 on the season. So you got to do what you got to do and take care of business here tonight. If you get the win, even though it wouldn't be a pretty win, it's a win.
Hey, a win's a win. It doesn't matter how bad it gets. It doesn't matter if you win by 1 point or 30 points. A win is a win, and that's definitely what the Patriots need to focus on. They need to focus on the game of now, the game that they're actually trailing at this point, so that way they can get back on track to the same success that they had last week.
Well, that being said, we're going to take a break for a while, and we're going to allow you to enjoy the Eastview Patriot Band and the halftime festivities going on here in Bastrop tonight. So until the third quarter, thank you for tuning in and watching Eastview Patriot football on SHN Sports. I'm Michael Francis. He's Roderick Castillo, and she is Jamie Castillo. And we're glad to have you with us tonight. We'll be back with you momentarily.
The Sparklers would like to dedicate tonight's performance of their military routine to our amazing Eastview cheerleaders. Take it away, ladies. Would like to wish the Bastrop Honey Bears good luck with their 2021-2022 season. The Sparklers dance team is under the direction of Tracy Melendez. She is assisted by April Pena. The Sparklers managers are Grace Gonzalez and Kat Hart. Joining us from Georgetown, Texas, please welcome the Eastview Patriot Band. The Eastview Patriot Band show is entitled The Red Queen and features the music of James Lee Howard, Christina Perry, and Theodore Shapiro. Tonight, the band will perform their entire contest show, The Roses of Light, Overtaking, and Off With Their Heads. And now, under the field direction of drum majors Michaela Johnson, Abby Mason, and Lily Orozco, we proudly present to you the UIL award-winning Eastview Patriot Band. Our band leadership would like to recognize the section who has worked hard all week. Done great work on and off the practice field to represent the best of the band students. Our mellophone section is section of the week. The band would like to thank our amazing administrators and booster parents for the support of the family. George County Independent School District Superintendent is Dr. Fred Brent. Director of Fine Arts is Carol Watson. Eastview High School Principal is Rosemary Easter. Booster President is Marcia Stray. Eastview Patriot band staff are Andrew Betzinger, Rachel Butler, Ryan Clinton, and Jesus Torres. The band would like to thank our generous sponsors, Don Garvey, Connie Aldrich, St. Gabriel Eisinger, Dan and Hanson Olson, Philanthropic Fund, and Cody. We wish the Bastrop band the best of luck after the game today and for the rest of the season.
At this time, welcome to the field. The sweethearts of Bastrop High School, the Bastrop Honey Bears. The Honey Bears are led by officers Sophomore Lieutenant Bella Simpson, Senior Lieutenant Ashley Ramirez, First Lieutenant Layla Cole, Captain Teresa Matal de Alba. Social Officers President Izzy Hollingsworth, Social Officer Chevy Easty, Social Officer Trinity Whitson. The Honey Bears are under the direction of Miss Kara Coe. The Honey Bear of the Week is Casey Baker. The Spirit Girl of the Week is Kaylee Baker. And now, please enjoy the Honey Bears as they perform their exciting Screamer Jazz routine to True Turf. Ladies and gentlemen, Bastrop High School Honey Bears. And please stay after the game and watch the Bastrop Lost Pines Band play their routine after the game.
welcome to the 2021 Bastrop High School Homecoming Coronation and Ceremony. We have an exciting night ahead of us as we watch the crowning of the 2021 Bastrop High School Homecoming King and Queen. We ask that you hold your applause until all of the attendants' names have been announced. And now to present the Bastrop High School 2021 Homecoming Court. Freshman Duchess, Ella Davis, is escorted by freshman Duke, Arian Patel. Freshman Duchess, Emma Griesenbeck, is escorted by freshman Duke, Keyshawn Moore. Sophomore Duchess, Ellie Egan, is escorted by sophomore Duke, Braden Tuck. Sophomore Duchess, Kiara Haywood, is escorted by sophomore Duke, Chris Fisher. Junior Duchess, Kalantisi Ola, is escorted by junior Duke, Damari Monroe. Junior Duchess, Sadie Lord, is escorted by junior Duke, Demeyer Thompson. And now your 2021 Homecoming King and Queen candidates. Senior Princess Kristen Arias Navarro is escorted by her parents, Letitia Navarro and Arias Tabares. Kristen is involved in cross-country track, PALS, and student council. Her future plans include majoring in psychology at Sam Houston and hopes to be an advocate for victims of children subjected to abuse. Senior Princess Louise Hager is escorted by her parents, Cassie Doolittle and Nathan Hager. Lucy is involved in varsity cross country and track. Her future plans include majoring in environmental science at the University of Arkansas. Senior Prince Noah Tyson is escorted by his parents, Monica and James Tyson. Noah is involved in NHS, student council, and is the captain of varsity basketball and soccer. Upon graduation, his future plans include majoring in business at the University of Texas. Senior Prince Creed Nichols is escorted by Kristen Van Aller and David Nichols. Creed is involved in varsity football, powerlifting, and track. His future plans include majoring in zoology and playing college football. Senior Princess Avery Croft is escorted by her parents, Carrie and Kevin Croft. Avery is student body president, VP of NHS, president of Best Buddies, as well as involved in Key Club and Share. Her future plans include going into the School of Natural Science at the University of Texas and hopes of becoming a psychiatrist. Senior Princess Lindsay Hastings is escorted by Michelle and Sean Hastings. Lindsay is a vital part of the golf team. Upon graduation, her future plans include studying engineering and physics at a four-year university. Senior Prince Jaden Brown is being escorted by Erica and Brian Williams Shaw. Jaden is involved in the varsity track. His future plans include running track and majoring in real estate in college. Senior Prince Caden Allen is being escorted by Alicia and James Green. Caden is involved in varsity football and track. Upon graduation, his future plans include attending college to major in accounting as well as playing college football. Senior Princess Brianna Mushnick is escorted by her parents, Trisha and Ashley Mushnick. Brianna is involved in varsity volleyball and track. Her future plans include attending Texas A&M. Senior Princess Logan Dembowski is escorted by her parents, Francis and Shane Dembowski. Logan is involved in student council, NHS, FCA, PALS, and varsity track. Upon graduation, she plans to attend Sam Houston University to major in law enforcement. Senior Prince Dwayne Jackson III is being escorted by Dwayne Jackson Jr. Dwayne is involved in football, basketball, house, chess club, and go force. Upon graduation, Dwayne plans to attend Texas State to major in accounting. Senior Prince Jonathan Spurlock is being escorted by Vanessa and Earl Spurlock. Jonathan is involved in varsity football, track, and student council. His future plans include majoring in sports management and playing college football. Tonight, last year's homecoming queen, Sierra Brown, is accompanying Bastrop High School principal Crystal Gabriel to crown this year's queen and king. And now to announce the homecoming king and queen. Your 2021 homecoming king and queen are Noah Tyson and Brianna Mushman. Congratulations to your homecoming king and queen and our entire homecoming court. Your 2021 Bastrop homecoming king and queen.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Michael Francis alongside Roderick Castillo as the halftime festivities are concluding and both teams are back out from the locker rooms getting ready to get underway. Thank you for tuning in and watching Eastview Patriot football on SHN Sports. So Roderick, definitely looking forward to seeing some of the adjustments being made by the Patriots after that halftime.
Yeah, just like you mentioned, Mike, how Feacock is good at making adjustments here in the second half. Let's hope to see this same result in a better second half with this Patriot offense and this Patriot defense. Not much going on the offensive end. Defense has been a little bit shaky here and there. They've had a couple of good stops, but as Mike mentioned earlier, if you're just joining us in this broadcast, Thompson has had breakaways of 30-plus, 60-plus, even 80-plus touchdown yards. He's pretty much had at least we're gonna say it 200 yards on the ground, and he's had Eastview's number on his watch, and he's literally come tonight in his homecoming night, improving and trying to get this Bastrop Bears of their first win of the season.
Well, Eastview needs to take care of their business here tonight and make these adjustments, as we just mentioned, because the top teams in the district are taking care of business this week. You've got Rouse, who handily defeated Cedar Creek last night, 63-16, and you've got Brenham right now in the third quarter, who's leading Connolly 23-0 in a shutout. You've got Glenn, who is running a 41-0 shutout over Elgin right now.
Yeah, you have 1, 2, and 4. Eastview sitting at that 3 spot, and right now they're not seeing the results that they had last week when they faced the Eagles in Cedar Creek when they had that 66-7 win. And hopefully you're hoping for something to click within the offense and the defense to get back on track and get this train rolling once again.
So scores from around the area tonight. Canyon leading Lehman 32-0. That game's at the half. Round Rock leading McNeil 37-7. That's at the start of the second half. As we mentioned previously, Brenham 23-0 over Connolly. That game with 10 minutes in the third quarter remaining. Wimberley leading Maynard New Tech 42-8. That game just went to the half. Bowie leading Aikens 23-6. Glenn leading Elgin 41-0. That game with 8 minutes in the third quarter. Cedar Park leading Leander 30-7. San Marcos leading Austin High 24-0. Dripping Springs leading Veterans Memorial 24-6. That game is at the half. So a lot of good football going on around the area tonight. Westwood is losing to Vista Ridge 37-2. And if you remember correctly, I believe Eastview got their scoring start against Westwood with a safety.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Teams back on the field getting ready to go. Brenham has just extended their lead over Connolly 29-0. Weiss leading Pflugerville 21-13. That game in the third quarter. Elgin, or Glenn, has extended their lead over Elgin 48-0. Vista Ridge extending their lead over Westwood 45-2. You talk about quick scores. Round Rock 44-7 over McNeil. Georgetown leading Anderson 21-13. Scores from around the area. Patrick Maxwell and the Patriots will be kicking off to the Bears to start this second half. The Red Storm defense needs to contain Demir Thompson.
Yeah, they need to contain him and make the Bastrop Bears, it's specifically Seth Mauser, have to make plays with his arm,
which he has not been able to do very much tonight. He's connected on a couple of plays. No big yardage plays, a couple of small plays. Total leather goes Patrick Maxwell, and it will be fielded by Bastrop at the 20, and that was taken by Mackay Jefferson.
Mackay Jefferson with the return 24. Grover Moore.
And the Bears will start from their own 20. See what this Red Storm defense is able to do.
Ball spotted at the 20-yard line, first and 10, Bastrop.
Holding up the game right quick, or did somebody take a timeout?
I don't know exactly what's going on here, Mike.
It's kind of like a previous timeout to actually start the ball game, if I remember correctly. I'm not exactly sure what has happened here. No timeout indication has been given. It may be just an official timeout or something like that. Bastrop Band entertaining the student section located directly beneath us. Highlights of the second half so far.
Don't know if there's a TV timeout or something. I mean, it just seems like it might be a TV timeout.
Yeah, not exactly sure what's going on here. passing. Eastview makes their way back out onto the field. And now they're being sent over to their sideline.
Not sure if there's a weather advisory.
I don't. Usually they would announce from the PA that fans would need to seek shelter and they would need to leave the stadium and go to their cars if there was a lightning delay. Ah, that's what it is, folks. It is the chain gang that we've been waiting on. And they are make them famous. There they are. They had not made it back from halftime yet, and somebody had to go find them. Oh, my, my. There they are, folks. That's what the holdup was.
Oh, goodness.
Interesting. Interesting to note, those guys may not be back.
They might not be back come next home game.
And we're ready to get underway. Mauser in the gun. Baynard in motion. And there's a flag on the play, which ball start on Bastrop, and that'll back them up 5. It'll be 1st and 15 from the 15. Bastrop deep in their own field. And they will line up, and we will do this again. 4-man front for the Patriots. DJ Perez tries to block the pass. Pass and catch over 2. I'll say that was Damari Monroe, but I'm not sure. 13. That would be Reagan Nielsen on the catch. That will be a 15-yard reception for Nielsen. Offensive line giving Mauser the time he needs. Hand off to Thompson. He goes over the left side trying to make the edge. May just have gained a yard. Looks like they're going to give him 2 yards.
Thomas Thornburg with another tackle. 2-yard gain. Second
Thomas
down.
Thornburg with the tackle. Second down and 8. Ball at the 33-yard line. From the gun, Thompson in motion. He's out in the flats. Mauser looking for an open receiver, and he overthrows his intended target, Reagan Nielsen. That pass will go incomplete. That'll bring up 3rd down and 8.
If you're this Red Storm defense, you got to be careful. You want to get off the field and give your offense back this ball as soon as you can. Obviously worrying about Thompson as well and what he can do with his legs.
Thompson behind Mauser. Mauser hands off to Thompson. He goes over that left side line. He will be short. He will get to the 39.
Number 17, Demire
He'll be
Number 10, Nelson
3 yards short. That'll bring up 4th down and 3. Mauser with the hard count. They're going for it. Mauser with the audible. Thompson to his left. Mauser drops back. He's looking for an open receiver. He overthrows his target, unable to make the connection with Charles Natal, as he was able to get a hand on it, but couldn't make the tip drill on it. And that'll be a turnover on downs, and the Patriots will take over at the Bastrop 39.
If you're Eastview, you're thinking touchdown here, nothing less to cut into this lead as much as you can. I had a feeling that the Bastrop Bear offense was going to try to run the ball, knowing Thompson's legs. But nonetheless, Eastview in plus territory, hopefully.
You've got to control the line of scrimmage, and that's what the Patriot offense needs right now. Moore in motion. Adams with the keeper. He's over the right guard, and he will pick up 2 yards on the carry. That'll bring up 2nd down and 8 for the Patriots. Gets down to the Bastrop 37.
18 Adams with a short gain on the play, brought down by number 50, Clayton Sherman. 2nd down and 8. Patriots.
Adams in the gun. Azriel Deonis Elizalde in. Adams will pitch to Deonis Elizalde. Elizalde trying to get the edge on the left end and unable to get much out of it. Looks like he might gain a yard on the play. That'll bring up 3rd down
Number 9,
and 7.
Freddie Briones with the tackle. Short gain on the play. About 3rd down and 6.
Eastview trying to establish the ground game here in the 3rd quarter. Adams drops back. He's looking for an open receiver. He connects with Jerry Barone, and that will be a Patriot 1st down. He makes the catch at the 23-yard line.
Jerry Barone out past the line of game.
12-yard pickup for the Patriots. Adams will hand off to Azriel Deonis Elizalde up the middle. He will pick up 2 yards on the carry. That'll bring up 2nd down and 8.
Sherman, short gain, 2nd and 8.
Patriots driving here in the 3rd quarter with their first possession. Adams rolls left. He's looking for Jacob Martin, and he finds him at the 20. He's down to the 16-yard line. They're going to give him the 17.
Does not go down easy, brought down by 31 Riker Lawhorn.
That'll be a 3-yard gain on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 5. Ball resting at the 18. Adams with the keeper. He gets over the left tackle and is close to the line to gain. Looks like he's going to be a yard short. That'll bring up 4th and 1.
Eastview looking to go for this with that jumbo package with Thornburg. Oh, no.
That is going to be a false start on the Patriots, and that'll back them up 5. We'll see what most likely it's a false start, but Bastrop has the ball in his hand. Wondered if it might be that the defender slapped the ball or something like that. We'll see what they're going to do. Looks like they are going to walk it back 5 on the Patriots.
That totally changes their game plan of exactly what they wanted to do. Possibly punching it in for a 1st down. Now they're looking to pass the ball or hand off the ball, or Adams to try to recreate something for this 4th down.
Jalen Edmondson in at tailback. Adams drops back. He's looking for an open receiver. He has Jerry Barone, and he finds him. He makes the connection for a 1st down. 1st and goal for the Patriots at the 5-yard line.
Patriots looking up tempo to try to get this Bastrop Bears on their heels.
1st and goal. A direct snap back to Adams, who was unexpecting it. He was not expecting the snap. He's complaining that someone ripped his helmet off, and there was no flag on the play.
Adams, the keeper, up the middle, short gain.
So we'll see if they're going to make him leave for a play. If somebody ripped his helmet off, then he does not have to leave the field to play. He can continue to play. But if it came off, then he has to leave for a play.
Eastview looking to hopefully go with this jumbo package once again to try to punch it in this end zone. Trying to get lined up and set. Thornburg looking to get the ball.
Thornburg hurdles a defender, and he's down to the 1 yard line. Patriots were signaling a touchdown, but he did not quite make it. They rushed to the line of scrimmage, and they're trying to drive the quarterback, and I think that's Peyton Adams. They lined up in an odd set. DJ Perez, and the Patriots unable to get into the end zone on that play. That'll bring up 4th and goal for the Patriots. Thornburg in the jumbo set. Snap. Oh, it's over Thornburg's head, but he's able to get a hold on it, and it's still on the ground, and it looks like Bastrop has recovered the fumble. Oh, my, a bad snap, and the misfortune continues for the Patriots. My goodness, a golden opportunity squandered.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Like you said, Mike, you know, this Red Storm defense comes up with a big stop. Eastview comes up with a big conversion themselves, with Adams to Barone, and then Adams and Thornburg try their best to get to the end zone. We're stopped short. Thornburg once again tries to get into the end zone, but just a bad snap by the center, and this is why the misfortune continues for Eastview, and hopefully this Red Storm defense can come up with a big stop.
1st and 10 from the 15. Handoff to Thompson. DJ Perez stacks him up in the backfield. That'll be a tackle for loss. Perez getting excellent penetration. That'll be a loss of 3 on the play. That'll bring up 2nd down and 13. Ball spotted at the 12-yard line. 4:32 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Snap back to Mauser. Mauser under pressure. He escapes it. He is free, and he is to the 22-yard line. A huge pickup for Mauser. Picks up about 10 on the carry. That'll bring up 3rd down and 3. Patriots with excellent pressure to chase him out of the pocket, but he was able to get to the next level and pick up 10 positive yards and make it a 3rd and short, or 3rd and mad. Bad snap, and there will be a sack. And now he's going to throw a flag. It looked like they definitely had a face mask, but it looked like the official was uncertain, and the quarterback told him that he grabbed his face mask and then he threw the flag. So I guess he saw it, and then the quarterback convinced him he saw it, and then he threw the flag after the tackle. Face mask on the Patriots, and that will be a Bastrop 1st down after the 15-yard walk-off.
And such a good play by this Red Storm defense, but once again, miscommunications and miscues and penalties are definitely hurting them right now, and this clock is definitely not in their favor. There's a whole quarter to play still, but The Red Storm defense is going to have to come up big here pretty soon and quick.
Mauser from the gun. Thompson in the flats being chased by Thornburg and tackled. Be a gain of 1 on the play. Thornburg showing some speed on that play. Second down and 9. Ball at the Bastrop 38-yard line. Thompson in the backfield. Mauser hands off to Thompson. Thompson trying to get to the edge on the left side. Ball's on the ground. Thornburg has it, but they're going to rule it down. Thornburg was on his way to the end zone. Him, Nelson Rivas, and Cade Elkins were on their way.
Yeah, if there was replay in high school, they definitely would have wanted to take a look at that, and I would have told Thornburg to run all the way to the end zone just in case.
Just in case. That'll bring out third down and 9 for the Bears. Ball on the 38. Delayed snap. And a pass by Seth Mauser, and he finds his intended target, Charles Natal, and he's going to be short.
Natal with the catch and run, brought down by number 6, Michael Sedgwick.
He'll be short by 3 yards. That'll bring up 4th and 3. Balled at the 44-yard line. Nick Miller on to punt it away. Jerry Barone back deep for the Patriots. Red Storm defense getting a pivotal stop right there. Bad snap back to Nick Miller. And there's going to be a penalty on the play for roughing the kicker by Cade Elkins, and that will result in a first down for the Bastrop Bears. Another self-inflicted wound by the Patriots.
Yeah, if you're the Patriots, something is definitely not right here, and this self-inflicting wounds is definitely not helping them get off the field with their defense to try to give their offense another opportunity to try to punch it in.
I think the officials are talking about this because it was a direct snap, but it was a bobbled snap, or a bad snap rather, and got away from the kicker, and so that takes him out of that box, and I think that it doesn't necessarily result in roughing the kicker. We'll see how this plays out.
Because there definitely is 2 flags, if I'm correct. There's roughing the kicker, and there's also running into the kicker. So it just depends on which one they want to clarify it as, which is roughing the kicker, which automatically would give the Bears the ball back, but running into the kicker would still give the ball to this Patriot offense.
So it looks like they're still going to discuss this a little more. And Coach Feacock trying to have a discussion with the officials, and it doesn't look like he's going to win this argument at all. He's still waiting for this to be sorted out. And it's going to be a running into the kicker, which resulted into a 5-yard penalty. Or maybe it's still 4th down. I'm not exactly sure. Mauser rolling around. He's looking for an open receiver and overthrows his intended target of Julius Bernard. on still what I think people were trying to decide if it was a legitimate play or not. The chain gang still wasn't moving. The officials weren't completely set across the field. And Bastrop snaps the ball. So just kind of a whole mishmash of indecision on this play.
Yeah, it just seems like everybody is not on the right page, and if I were the refs, I would definitely try to get everybody together on the same page.
2nd down and 10. From the 50-yard line, handoff to Thompson. Thompson over to the left side, and he picks up 6 yards on the carry, 7 yards. That will bring up 3rd down and 3.
3rd down and 3, Bastrop.
1 minute remaining in this 3rd quarter. Eastview trailing by 11. Red Storm defense needs to make a stop. Handoff to Thompson up the middle. He gets the 1st down and then some. And he's still on his feet. He still hasn't been tackled. He's on his way to the end zone. He rolled over a defender, but they're going to call him down at the Eastview 31-yard line. If they had review, he would not have been down.
Yeah, definitely, and I agree with you there, Mike, that he definitely was not down, and had he kept going and had there been instant replay on with high school, he would have been in for 6 once again.
Quick handoff to Thompson over the left side. He's still going. He will pick up 2 yards on the carry. Down to the Eastview 29.
17 to Meyer Thompson with another carry. Short game.
My. And that'll do it for the 3rd quarter. No score in that quarter. The Patriots had their opportunity. They were at the 1-yard line and could not get it in the end zone.
Yeah, the Patriots definitely had their opportunity to get some points to possibly even cut into this lead, whether it be 16 or 17 or even 13. But nonetheless, Patriots come up empty in this 3rd quarter. And once again, this Bears offense is looking like they're on a roll here.
Bastrop
something you might find on a beach. I was told not to describe it too much.
Driving on an extended possession on a running into the kicker penalty against the Patriots. Mauser hands off to Thompson. Thompson up the middle. He will pick up a few more yards, 2-3 more yards. That'll bring up 3rd down and 6.
And number 56, Ryan Jacobs, your tackler for EQ. 3rd down and 6. Bastrop.
3rd and 6 from the Patriot 27. And again, I haven't heard a whistle blow as I guess the officials are still trying to talk something out.
Bombshell Speed and Custom. Locally owned business that supports our Bastrop Bears. We appreciate your sponsorship.
My goodness, we were calling out the chain gang in the first half. It looks like we're calling out the officials in the second half.
I'm not sure what's going on, trying to explain it. And Coach Peacock is not happy at all. Mauser with a handoff to Thompson. Thompson over the right side. He will pick up a couple more yards, and Coach Feacock is beside himself. He's constantly talking to the line judge, and he is doing a very good job of just ignoring Coach. 10:45 remaining here in this quarter.
This Red Storm defense needing a huge stop, knowing it's a 4th and 4 with just over 10 minutes to go in this ball game.
Bastrop going for it. Thompson over the left side. He will be short of the line to gain, and that will be a turnover on downs. And Eastview will take over. Red Storm bends but does not break. But with the continuation of Bastrop being able to extend that possession, it runs crucial time off the clock. Eastview has been able to move the ball in this quarter, or in this half, but was unable to put any points on the board. Snap to Adams. He will hand off to Jalen Edmondson. Jalen Edmondson on the sweep around to the left side. He will pick up 2 or 3 yards on the carry. It's hard to tell, but there is a flag on the play. That may be a holding call.
Nichols and 44 Christian Lopez, your tacklers, but there is a flag right at the line of scrimmage.
That's holding against the Patriots, and that will back them up 10, and we will redo the first down. And the miscues continue.
Joseph Overton on that play that's going to back it up 10 yards. 1st and 20, Eastview.
1st down and 20. Ball spotted at the 15. Adams from the gun. He drops back. He's looking for an open receiver. He is being chased out of the pocket and will end up having to throw this one away as the pressure being put on him by Ty Mueller.
Number 31, Riker Lawhon.
And Riker Lawhon with the pressure.
That pass incomplete. That will bring up 2nd down and 20.
2nd down and 20 for the Patriots. Julius Bernard comes in on substitution. Peyton Adams looking for Jacob Martin. He finds him across the middle. He will pick up 11 yards on the reception. That will bring up 3rd down and 9.
About 9 on the game, and 3rd and 9 is your play.
Edmondson, the lone tailback. Adams looking for an open receiver, and he finds, I want to say that is Jerry Barone. No, it's Michael Sedgwick with the catch, and that will be an Eastview Patriot 1st down.
Contested by number 7, Dwayne Jackson. That's enough for an Eastview 1st down.
Adams will hand off to Edmondson, who is stacked up in the backfield. That will be a loss of 3.
28.
If your Eastview time is not on your side right now, you're looking to push this ball into the end zone as quick as you can, knowing that there's just under 9 minutes to go in this ball game.
2nd down and 12. Adams looking to find Sedgwick again. Sedgwick with the catch, and it is a completion. No, I guess it is not. They're walking it back. The official looked like he was making his way down the line as if it was a catch, and then reverses it back. Interesting. That'll bring up 3rd down and 12 for the Patriots. Sedgwick did catch the ball, but evidently he was out of bounds when he made the catch. 8:46 remaining in this quarter. Pressure on Adams. He finds Sedgwick, and this time the catch is made. Michael Sedgwick with a big first down pickup on a 15-yard reception for Peyton Adams. Adams drops back. He's looking for a receiver. Pressure being put on. He finds Jalen Edmondson out of the backfield and will pick up 14 yards on the reception. That'll be another first down.
Number 7, Dwayne Jackson with the tackle. That's going to be another Eastview first down.
Eastview rolling. Edmondson to Pat Adams left. Handoff to Edmondson over the middle. Edmondson with 4 yards on that carry. That'll bring up second down and 6.
Carry, numbers 50, Clayton Sherman, and 29.
Ball at the 31-yard line. Adams drops back. He's looking for an open receiver, and he is stacked up and sacked for a loss. A huge loss. That'll be a 5-yard.
Joseph Overton there first.
Actually, the line judge to this side, that's going to be like an 8-yard loss. Eight-yard loss on the sack. That will bring up 3rd and 18. $7:54 remaining in the fourth quarter. Patriots trailing by 2 scores.
Yeah, and if you're the Patriots, obviously you're thinking this is 4-down territory, knowing that time isn't on your side. Yes, you do have 3 timeouts, but you want to save those for when you're on defense. Once again, you're looking for a score here. You're looking for any kind of score, knowing that you haven't really gotten anything going tonight. You've had one possession where you've had Barone on a screen pass for a touchdown, but besides that, it just seems like every possession so far for this Patriot offense has not really been on the tracks. They've been on the tracks a couple of plays, then a miscue here. They've been on the tracks a couple of plays on the next possession, then a flag here, then 2 flags here, then holding, then even taunting at the beginning of the game with an unsportsmanlike. You know, they really haven't seemed to make a lot of plays happen tonight, but knowing that time isn't on their side right now, and all you can look is 4-down territory right now.
Every possession right now has got to be a score, and you've got to hold. You've got to hold Bastrop. What you're probably going to look at is if Eastview can get it into the end zone, that they're going to be going for 2. 3rd and 18. Snap back to Adams. Blitz being brought by Bastrop, an interception. It is picked off by Riker Lawhon, and a flag on the play. Let's see what this is. It's after the play. It's probably going to be an unsportsmanlike penalty for celebration on Bastrop, which will still give them the ball. There's 2 flags on the field.
There was a block in the back after the interception on the return. The ball was
block in the back is what we're being told.
In their own territory.
But the flags weren't thrown until the play was over. And that's a couple of times that we've seen that tonight. Once on a face match penalty against Eastview, and the second one here on the block in the back by Bastrop. First and 22. Sorry, folks. 1st and 10 from the 22. Just game's been riddled with errors all night long, including myself. I'm guilty, folks. Oh, my. 1st and 10 from the 22 for the Bears. Handoff to Julius Bernard. Thornburg unable to make the tackle. Bernard escapes down the sideline. He is forced out of bounds by Tyler Wagner. But a huge pickup for Julius Bernard, who would have been tackled for a loss if Thornburg been able to hang on to it. That'll bring up 1st and 10 from the 50. Actually going to set up at the 45 now. Goodness gracious, these guys. 7:24 left in the 4th. Handoff to Thompson. Thompson looking for daylight on the left side, and he will be stacked up by Thornburg, Rivas, and Perez, and Aaron Olage.
And 33, Thomas Thornburg, your Eastview tackler.
My goodness. Second and 10. Mauser from the gun. Thompson sets up behind him, handoff to Thompson. Thompson finds a hole over the middle. And hello, Mr. Thornburg makes the initial hit. And the rest of the Red Storm defense able to get in and stop Thompson, but he picks up 4 yards on the carry. That'll bring up 3rd down and 6. Whole host of Patriots. Cade Elkins, Aaron Olage, and Ryan Jacobs helped to combine on that tackle with that initial hit being by Thornburg. Mauser has a snap and he hands off to Thompson. Thompson will be tackled for a loss in the backfield. He will lose 3 yards on the carry. And that will bring up 4th and 9. Clock running down to 5 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter. Thompson has got to be tired. Nick Miller set to punt it away. Good snap and punt. Spiraling punt. Barone will get away from it, and it will roll out of bounds at the Patriot 21-yard line. But there is a flag on the play. We'll see where that will land the ball, and depending on who it is against. Could be a hold on Eastview. Let's hope not. Waiting for the signal. Holding on Bastrop. That should move the ball forward 10 yards. It went out at the 21, so it should go up to the 31. And that is where the Patriots will start. They're going to place it to the other hash mark. Five minutes and 9 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter. Patriots with the backs to the wall, needing to make things happen and happen quickly. Barone in motion. pitch to Barone, and he will be tackled for a loss. And that Bastrop defensive front has controlled the line of scrimmage all night long. They kept pressure on Peyton Adams, making him throw quickly. They're disrupting slow developing plays. It's been tough. Adams finds Jacob Martin over the middle, and that will be enough to pick up a first down.
45, Jacob Martin with the reception from number 18, Peyton Parsons. That's going to be enough for these
Peyton Parsons. It's Peyton Adams. Adams with a heave. He's looking for Michael Sedgwick, and he finds him. He makes the catch. 5-10, touchdown, Patriots. And no laundry on the field.
Parsons pass complete to number 6, Michael Sedgwick, all the way down for a touchdown. Patriots.
That is what you need to do. You got to find your speedsters. And Adams able to connect with Sedgwick for a critical touchdown. Patriots going for 2. Adams in the gun. He's looking for an open Michael Sedgwick and finds him in the end zone for 2.
Pass complete again to number 6, Michael Sedgwick. And a 2-point conversion.
Patriots cut the lead to 3, 21-18, with 4:23 remaining in this quarter.
And just what you needed, like you said, Mike, Peyton Adams finding Sedgwick, and Sedgwick actually had to slow down a little bit. Sedgwick actually had to come back to the ball. Nonetheless, Sedgwick catches the ball, runs it into the end zone, and once again, Adams to Sedgwick for the 2-point conversion, cutting this lead down to 3 with just over 4 minutes remaining. And note also as well, the Patriots still have all 3 of their timeouts if they wish to use them on this defensive stop.
You know, if the Red Storm defense can do what they've been able to do most of the season, then they can put the ball back into the hands of Peyton Adams and his offense, and have put themselves in a position to be able to win this game. Patrick Maxwell on to kick it away. Do you think onside kick here?
I would think not, just because it puts you in negative territory, possibly gives them a lot more opportunity to run the clock down a little bit more.
Maxwell puts toe to leather. He's going to kick this one into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. And
Maxwell kick out of bounds for a touchback.
Bastrop will start
Bastrop from their own 20.
From their own 25. Red Storm defense, step up. Got some momentum going your way right now. Amir Thompson lines up behind Mauser. Mauser rolls right. He's looking for an open receiver, and he will find, looks like, Nick Miller.
Mauser's pass complete, number 26, Nick Miller.
That will be a pickup of 4 yards on the play. That'll bring up 2nd down and 6. Ball spotted at the 29.
And ECU already having to burn one of these timeouts, knowing that time isn't on their side, and this Red Storm defense is going to have to come up big once again. And I got to say once again, Mike, that now that we have a crowd, Mike, it definitely adds a new dynamic to it, and I love hearing the bands both the Bastrop Bears and the Eastview Patriot bands.
Four-man front for the Patriots. Mauser hands off to Thompson. Thompson is stacked up by Thomas Thornburg. Thornburg able to get a hold of a leg, and another timeout called by Eastview. That'll bring up 3rd down and 6.
It'll be 3rd down and 6. Bears.
Ball from the 29. Thornburg making some critical initial contacts, unable to make the tackle, but he slows Thompson down enough that the rest of the Red Storm defense can come up and make some tackles.
Yeah, you've heard his name pretty much all throughout this season so far. Thornburg hitting every gap, doing everything the coaches have asked him to do, and once again he comes up big again. Nonetheless, he wasn't able to stop Thompson, but he was able to slow him down enough, as Mike mentioned, to have the rest of this Red Storm defense come and put a stop to his night, because Thompson's had a great night tonight, no doubt about that. And once again, Eastview's faced with a 3rd and critical down here, knowing that if they don't get this, all Bastrop has to do is pretty much milk this clock as long as they can.
4 minutes remaining in this 4th quarter. Patriots trailing by 3. Thompson lines up to the right of Mauser. Mauser has a snap. He drops back. He's looking for open territory. He is being chased out of the pocket, and he will be short of the line of gain. It looks like he's going to be awful close. He was able to stay in bounds. I thought he was being forced out, but the official keeps moving ever closer to the line to gain. And they are giving him the 1st down. Eastview needing to make a critical stop. Now they've got to try to make something else happen here. .350 remaining. Eastview has 1 timeout left. Mauser has a snap. He hands off to Thompson. Thompson up the middle. He will pick up 4 yards on the play. And Eastview will burn their final timeout.
Ryan Jacobs and number 4, Tyler Wagner, your Eastview tacklers. Eastview burning their last and final timeout.
3:39 left on the clock.
Home crowd, please remember to stay behind and support your band here after the game.
You've got to make a stop.
This Red Storm defense is going to have to dig deep and find it somewhere within them to stop this Bears offense, and especially this running offense, who's Eastview's had no answer for tonight.
Snap back to Mauser. He hands off to Thomas. Thomas up the middle, and he picks up another 1st down. 7 yards on the carry, and that will give Bastrop another 1st down. And the clock continues to run. Three minutes and 30 seconds remaining. And Bastrop going to run every inch of the play clock off. Down to 6. Hand off to Thompson. Thompson up the middle, and he will just get back to the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up 4th and 1 if
That was
the
not
marker is
first down.
right.
My apologies. It is now 4th down and 1.
Official timeout. As they're going to have a discussion here.
Yeah, I think the Bears coach wants to talk to these refs, kind of argue about where Thompson ended up, whether he had forward progress or they gave him just a line where he had no gain.
I've never seen so many officiating conferences in a ball game before. In a high school game, anyway.
Seems that these refs are they are coming accustomed to deliberating with one another.
Fourth down and 1. And I'm not exactly sure. I mean, there's a lot of discussion going on. Coach Feacock.
I think Feacock is actually trying to argue that that was their 4th down.
I don't know that was the argument. I don't think there's ever been that argument. I'm not exactly sure if it's a spot of the ball or what have you. I still don't understand what the questions were. Oh, they're giving him a first down. Without even running, was 4th down and 1. I'm not sure what's going on here, folks. My. There is something going on here. And officials Two minutes and 43 seconds on the clock. It's first down and 10 from the 46-yard line. Thompson will be tackled for a loss by Nelson Rivas and Cade Elkins.
17 to Meyer Thompson with the carry. Number 2, Cade Elkins.
That'll be a loss
10
of 2 on the play.
with the tackle at the backfield.
And the clock is running.
Bears.
And they're going to run every ounce of this off that they can. Play clock down to 12. Clock down to 2 minutes. And Bastrop calls a timeout with 1:58. Remaining. 3rd down and 12.
One more time.
This is where this is where it gets confusing, because I guess that 4th down that they had was actually their 1st down.
And the chain gang didn't
The
move.
chain gang didn't move, and henceforth that's why there was so much confusion between Fecoch, the refs, and even the Bears head coach to the refs, and so much confusion going on right now, not really knowing exactly what's going to happen. But it's apparently a 3rd down and 12 for the Bears. This Red Storm defense once again has to come up big.
1:58 on the clock. Snap back to Mauser. He hands off to Julius Bernard. Julius Bernard will be tackled by Cade Elkins and just gets back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 4th down and 12.
Number 6, Julius Bernard with the carry. Nice job getting down inbounds, keeping that.
That will give the Patriots the ball back.
That's going to bring on 26,
Barring
Nick Miller, your punter.
any unforeseen circumstances here. And what a weird and wacky game this has been.
This game has been all over the place. I have no idea what's been going on.
And evidently it's been the bugaboo by the chain gang that has caused so much confusion. Nick Miller back to punt it away. And he just gets this one off as Thornburg applies the pressure. Barone makes the fair catch at the 23.
5, Jerry Barone with a fair catch at his own
1:04 remaining. Oh my goodness.
And who would have thought we would see this kind of game on a Friday night?
Eastview trailing by 3. 1:04 remaining in regulation. We know that Patrick Maxwell can hit from 40, at least 45 out. He did last week versus Cedar Creek. Adams in the shotgun. Bastrop bringing the pressure. He finds Grover Moore in the flats. Moore will pick up a 1st down and go out of bounds. He's to the 34-yard line.
That's going to be a 1st down.
Eastview has had success.
Knocked him out of bounds.
Officials call timeout again. I think they're waiting on the chain gang to move, as they have not moved yet, and the officials are not telling these guys to move. Now they are. The chain gang evidently not paying too much attention to the officials.
I don't know how you cannot be paying attention to a game like this.
57 seconds remaining. Adams from the gun. Edmondson to his left. Adamson dropped back. He's being pressured. He finds Jerry Barone. Barone to the 40, to the 45. He's still on his feet and going. He's to the 47-yard line. Actually, they're going to give him the 49.
Number 5, Jerry Barone. Number 7,
They'll stop the clock while they move the chains.
At their own 9-yard line.
And the clock is going. Adams will spike the ball and stop the clock.
Downs it to stop the clock with 42 seconds left to go in the ball game. 2nd down and 10 now. Eastview.
Second and 10 from the 49 of the Patriots. Adams drops back. He takes it up the middle. He's still on his feet. He's looking for Jacob Martin. Finds him wide open. Jacob Martin goes out of bounds at the 20-yard line of the Bears. Still got some life. Looks like there may be a flag on the play that may be coming back. And it looks like it's coming back. The line judge to the home field side. I think they're saying that Adams had crossed the line of scrimmage.
Seems like that other ref who called the catch for Martin is going to talk to him just to see if they're correct.
.34 seconds remain on the clock. And they walk it back 5 yards. That'll bring up, not sure if that's a loss of down. The official practically takes the line or the chain gang back to where the ball's at. Adams, another whistle blown. Timeout by Bastrop. We'll see if they put time back on the clock. .27 seconds remain in this contest. Bastrop hoping to get their first win of the season right here. Let's go Eastview. What a weird and strange half of football this second half has been.
Yeah, starting from the chain gang not showing up on time to, I mean, the refs just having
causing confusion on downs and not moving the chains forward. But how the officials did not catch that until well down the road. You know what I'm saying?
This has been a strange game for sure.
2nd and 14. Adams, empty set. He's looking for an open Michael Sedgwick and overthrows him. That'll bring up 3rd and 14.
Michael Sedgwick. That's going to bring up a 4th down and 14.
Well, I've said that, but evidently the scoreboard and the field are on 2 different planes. Now the scoreboard says 4th and 14. And Bastrop is going to call another timeout. I'm not sure, but I think they have 1 timeout left, but the scoreboard says they have 3. Now it says they have 2, but they just previously called the timeout.
I don't know what to say about this second half, Mike. It's been a whirlwind of emotions. I'll tell you that.
I'm like, wow, what is going on here? Eastview down to their final play unless they can get a first down here. It's 4th and 14 on their own 45-yard line.
Yeah, they need to get to the 41 of the Bears territory. Let's see what Fekoch has written up here for his players.
Empty set. 3-man front for the Bears. Adams finds Martin. He pitches out to Sedgwick. Sedgwick over the 40, picks up first down and out of bounds. Some trickeration by the Eastview Patriots, and I do not see any laundry on the field.
Oh, man, such a good play by Martin to Sedgwick to set up the first down for the Patriots. Only 21 seconds remaining on the clock.
37-yard line.
Adams spikes it to stop the clock. 20 seconds remaining on the clock, and what a nail-biter we have going on here in Bastrop. 21-18, 20 seconds remaining. You're down by 3, Roderick.
Yeah, well, what a better play call than to have Martin catch the ball, then pitch it to Sedgwick to set up this first down.
little hook and ladder going there for Jacob Martin to Michael Sedgwick. Snap back to Adams. He's looking for Barone on a timing route. Barone open there. Oh my goodness, that was pass interference. And no call on the play. I can only assume that they thought it was uncatchable. But the Bears were all over Barone. 13 seconds.
If you think about it, Mike, do you think that you want to go to the middle of the field, get that first down, spike it, and then give Maxwell an opportunity to kick it into overtime possibly?
Adams in the gun. And he will be tackled. And the ball is on the ground. Who recovered it? Bastrop recovers the ball with 4 seconds to go. Oh, my goodness, folks. Oh.
Number 55, Hayden Rosenthal with the play of the game. First down and 10.
The Bears are 4 seconds away from their first win of the season versus the Eastview Patriots here tonight. On what should have been a first down on pass interference against Bastrop, not called,
After the ban.
covering Jerry Barone. He was in double coverage, and both of them were all over his back. Seth Mauser will take the knee, and that will do it. And Bastrop will pick up their first win of the season. A disappointing and heartbreaking loss for Eastview as they give Bastrop their first win of the season, Roderick.
Yeah, and it's definitely not the way you wanted to go. You wanted to have another opportunity to at least, give Maxwell a chance to even try to kick this game into overtime, knowing that he is good from about 40-plus yards. And sadly, unfortunately, Adams comes up with the fumble, and Eastview not able to recover, knowing that they have no timeouts, and pretty much hand Bastrop their first win.
Bastrop's defensive front did on that play what they had been doing most of the night, was putting pressure on Adams, getting him out of the pocket and forcing him to do something that he didn't want to do. And they forced him out of the pocket. Adams looked like he was possibly trying to throw it away to stop the clock. And as he goes down, ends up fumbling the ball. Had he had not turned it over, most likely the clock would have ran out anyway, because they could not stop the clock.
Yeah, and I definitely want to go back to what you said, Mike. Literally, this entire game, it's been won in the trenches, both by the Bears' offense, their line, and the defensive line. They controlled the game pretty much all game long, giving Thompson, first of all, their running back, those huge holes in the 30-plus yard touchdown, 60-plus yard touchdown, and the 80-plus yard touchdown. And as you mentioned earlier, how Adams had no time to throw the ball all night. It seemed like that Bears defensive line was wreaking havoc, and the same success that you wanted Eastview to continue with last week with that Cedar Creek win, it didn't translate into tonight's game, and thus you have this turnout of a heartbreaking loss for the Patriots.
21-18 loss to the Bears tonight. The Patriots have been unable to string together back-to-back wins so far this season, and that will continue as they go into next week, as they will host the Rouse Raiders. Rouse, a powerhouse, an offensive powerhouse in the state, not just in the district, but in the state. And so they're going to have to regroup, put this game behind them, and move forward. They did what they needed to do to contain Thompson here in the second half, Did not have any more explosive runs. You don't know if that's because he was so tired from the 200-plus yards of rushing that he did in the first half, including that 39-yard touchdown scamper, the 63-yard touchdown run, and the 87-yard touchdown run. Bastrop came to play tonight. Eastview, I think, was looking to next week versus Rouse, and that came back to bite them tonight, unfortunately. So regroup. We'll do it again next week and try to fight for a playoff spot. You still have some opportunities here. You've got 3 more games remaining. You've got Glenn and Rouse both being hosted at Georgetown, and then you're back on the road against Connolly. I believe that game's on the 28th, if I remember correctly.
The 29th. Yeah, 28th, you're correct.
I think 28th. That will be a Thursday night game, and that will be from the field. Next Friday night, it'll be the Rouse Raiders visiting Birkelbach Field, and we look to have you with us then. That'll be a 7 o'clock game start. So disappointing final, 21-18 Bears. They pick up their first win on the season. For Roderick, Castillo, Jamie Castillo, I'm Michael Francis. We want to thank you for tuning in and watching Eastview Patriot football on SHN Sports. Good night, everybody.